The formula that worked in the industrial revolution is being applied directly in the information revolution. That is why somebody made a statement which I totally agree. We are human resources, not resources. There is, unfortunately,
we are not resources. We are not resources.
We are artists.
we are human. We are human resources.
We are people.
The human factor is somehow gone. Okay, we are referred as resources in the industry today.
But SAFE also, if you see, doesn't consider the knowledge or they just consider SAFE considers one person as one individual as a sprint team. Because if you see competency, knowledge things, it doesn't consider it. It only sees that there is a sprint team.
Correct.
So there it's also not considered as an individual, or it's also considering a person as a.
In fact, a bunch of these slides had things such as resources and capacity allocation towards resources.
There are many people who have written already and SAFE saying that you need to be very specific when you write the word resources.
Yeah.
Please add, at least they said H dot resources. That's what they said. Please refer it as H dot resources, human resources. Okay, knowledge workers have to manage. I was talking about the revolution, and many a times what I've seen is the way how we are being treated is definitely not the way how we like to be treated. There is as big as an earth and sky difference of what we like to be treated versus what we are being treated. So it's one of the major problems across industry we have, across the globe we have in today's reality. Then continuing innovation has to be a part of their work, the task and the responsibility of knowledge workers. The problem is, many a times we are being dictated, especially in an Indian context. When we are kids, our parents will tell, don't do this, don't do that. When you go to college, the teachers will tell, don't do this, don't do that. When we come to our college, professors will tell, don't do this, don't do that, you will not get marks. When you come to work, managers will tell, do only this, don't do anything else. So throughout our life, we have been hearing of don't do. I'll just share an example about a book that I read. I was sharing with her during the lunch break. There was once a small beachside place where there was a tree and a boy and a girl were playing, and while they were playing, they climbed the tree. They were playing in the josh, they climbed, but now they realized they were going to fall down. So what happened was, they started crying for help. The girl's father came and said, you will fall down, hold properly. The boy's father said, hold your tree, you will not fall down. Hold the tree tight, you will not fall down. The girl's father again and again said, be careful, you will fall down. Be careful, you will fall down. And the boy's father was uttering, hold the tree. Eventually the girl fell. Throughout the duration of time, she is more worried about that she is going to fall. Eventually she fell. And the boy did not fall. Can you guess who that person is? It was none other than APJ Abdul Kalam. So he was saying in one of his articles, he said, the concept of positive thinking starts from home. When parents tell, instead of telling don't do, why don't you tell do but be careful. Be careful, do but be careful. But we will always say don't run, don't talk, keep quiet, shut up. This is what we do. So what happens is, the psychology is I should not do, I should not do. The moment you come into an organization, you should do innovation. Innovate, give ideas. Where will it come? So as far as leadership, I think we covered this slide again. Take responsibility of the lean agile success. It should come from the top. I think she made a very beautiful statement, today. She attended a seminar or a gathering where, who's it? Adam Sidki, is it? Ahmed Sidki. He's one book, he has written agile books. So he made a beautiful, I just overheard a conversation what she was trying to tell. Yeah, we have all changed the teams. There are no more project managers. We are all scrum masters, product owners, team, cross-functional. What happens above? Same director, same vice president, same CEO. What happens there? The message is very clear. Bottom half you are trying to reorg, and the top half you have the same people with the power. Will you change? No, the change has to come from the top. That is what is called as lean leadership. Change has to come from the top. So as long as the whole organization changes, it's very difficult to see the overall result. Right? build people. I don't want to talk more about this, we all know about this. My only, what I would say here is, build your people, don't build. So, as coaches, tomorrow all of you would be agile coaches. As coaches, what is your primary responsibility? Coaching. What do you focus when you coach?
Strengths of the person.
Help.
Yeah, you always have to talk with his strength and help them to build on their strengths. But when you coach, as a coach, you should never have the end result in your mind. Let the sprint get screwed up, it's okay. I don't care. But my overall responsibility will be what? To make sure that I build this agile character in my people. People should become more self-organized. What will happen if I say, guys, let's work, guys, let's stay back this weekend, come on Saturday, Sunday, we will work and we will finish off the job. I will also come with you, let's sit and work. Yeah, it is done. What happens to the next sprint? Again, you will give the same Prime Minister speech. Hey guys, we have to do customer value. What happens in the third sprint? Boss, stop your, we will come, don't worry. Don't give the same speech. At least change the words here. You tell the same thing, you're getting bored. This is what people want to express, but this is what is there in the mind. So how do you change that? How do you coach people? Don't focus on the end result. Focus on the character. Build the character of the people and then show the process of how to improve. Build the character and show the process of how to improve. Then you see results will automatically come. And as a coach, when you get the results, don't react. Whether it is positive, whether it is negative, just be calm and cool. The moment you start reacting, you will start changing. The team does a great job, great. The team did not do a great job, okay, let's do it again. Let's see how we can improve. The moment you become very close to the results, then you are no more a coach, you become a manager. My job is what? My job is to get it done. So don't focus on the goals, focus on the character, and the teams will automatically achieve their goals. Build the process, build the bridge between the character and the goals. Build that bridge. That is what is called as the process. That is the most difficult thing, and that is why agile coaches are rare. If I do my job properly, I am not worried whether the PI, whether what 60% or 50%. My job is to see that in the next PI, the team comes close to 80%. If the teams achieve that, I have done my job. And I really don't have to do anything else. It is very important for us to understand from a leadership level that don't focus on end results. Focus on building your character and then focus on the process. End results will automatically come. It's the same story of 3 idiots. Don't focus on success. Focus on passion. Do your work with passion. Success will follow you. Same concept. So unless the lean leadership team gets to this kind of a thinking, it's extremely difficult for us to transform the whole organization. The organization transformation this kind of thinking should come to the top. What is this? You guys must clearly tell this.
It's an image of brain.
It's a brain image. So leadership is a learning process. Something was here, then it's kind of coming here. Now you are learning something new here. So leadership is not stagnant, it's dynamic. Every leader should learn something new every day. Lean leaders are lifelong learners who help teams build better software systems through understanding and exhibiting values, principles, practices of lean system thinking and agile development. The chief methodologist has made this comment. So there are 3 kinds of leadership styles: expert, conductor, and developer. Have you seen 3 kinds of management styles in Indian business organizations? Reliance is one industry are very, very aggressive in the market. So they're so aggressive that they launched their telephones with a billing system. The Dhirubhai Ambani Pioneer offer. Every time you pay the bill, that guy will call up and, sir, when are you paying the bill? Hey, I already paid the bill. Okay, sir, ignore the call. Next day morning, sir, when are you paying the bill? They launched their telephone system with